Hello everyone, welcome back to Sukio's Art Channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors. It does say here 48, and then there's some Japanese writing, I don't know what that means. And then of course, Kuretake established in 1902, and then there's the website of the company and some more information and a barcode, and it says made in Japan. So let's open it. As you can see, I've always found these to be really beautiful. I don't know what the lettering means, but it's in gold on this green background. There's just something very, I don't know why, but it reminds me of bamboo, even though I know it's not made of bamboo. But yeah, it's just so pretty. I really like, even though it's really simplistic, I personally really like the aesthetics of the box. So when we open it up, this is what they look like. They're really big. Now, the 36 set did have this as well on the underneath of the cover, and it's a little color chart, so you can color in all the colors so you know what they look like once they go on paper. But the 48 set also comes with this extra piece of paper, which the exact same thing. Maybe they're just trying to give you an option, like maybe some people don't want to do it on the actual box, so they give you the little paper chart. Maybe people want to have both because you can lose this, whereas of course this one is stuck to the actual box. And the other thing that I like about this is that it actually comes with the English names of the colors. So again, I'm going to try and show that to you. But it says Rose Madder Deep, Carmine, Rose Madder Red, Cadmium Red, etc, etc. And it has the Japanese writing as well as the English writing, so that's really helpful. On my 36 set, we didn't actually have the English writing on them, we only had the Japanese writing, and I actually had to look up the English names of the colors. But there you have it. Comes with two color charts for you to fill in. I personally really like this touch because I'm really messy when it comes to color charts. Some people are really good. They have the most organized system, and I really envy them, and I really wish I could be as organized as they are. So when you get a box which comes with the color charts inside, I think that's a really nice touch. I absolutely love that. And it's giving me two options, so that's great. Okay, so then we have the actual pens. I've done a little bit of research on these watercolors, but granted, I don't know that much about them. What I do know is that they're not standard watercolors. They're not like Western watercolors. I believe this is specific for a technique called sumi, and that's why the pens are actually so big. This wouldn't be the best set for you to take on a journey, or if you were traveling, unless you don't mind carrying something this big around, that's fine. But I really like it. I think it's really pretty. I like that they're so big. My 36 set, I don't remember having this row. I think all of these are new colors. You can now buy a 12 set, a 24 set, 36 set, and a 48 set. The good thing about these watercolors is that you can also buy them individually on Amazon. So if you run out of one color, you can buy them. So that's really handy. And as you can see, it's just a cardboard box, so it's not that bad. I've actually experienced worse with other products, like with the Prismacolor pencils, which I absolutely love. The trays are really flimsy. Whereas with this one, okay, there's only one tray because they made the box big. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if you put some tape around the box, it secures everything inside properly. Right, so they are quite big, as you can see. It's all in Japanese, but it does say number 36. If you ever get confused where the numbers are supposed to go or which one you're supposed to replace and you don't have the names, at least it has the number underneath, which is great. And then on the box, and I don't believe this was the case in my set of 36, but on this one you actually have the name. I can only tip this so much before the colors all go everywhere. And if I take this one as well, you'll see that they've divided it underneath. So there's like little boxes, and each one has the number and the color, so you know where each pen is supposed to go, which is really helpful. Because I remember at one point when I had to replace one of the colors, I wasn't sure, because at some point they all got muddled around and I wasn't sure where I was supposed to place the little pen. And I guess some people it doesn't really matter. For me, I really like that there's this system underneath and you know where each color is supposed to be. And even though the names are not underneath, you have the numbers, so you can match them by number. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Granted, some people have pointed out in other videos that they're not really full to the top, which is true. So if you notice, they're kind of like filled halfway, and then they painted on the sides a little bit to kind of give the illusion that they're more full than they actually are. It's a shame, really. They don't have as much as they like you to believe that they do. But, you know, I still like these watercolors. I remember trying them out, and my first impression of them was that they were a little bit more opaque than the standard watercolors. I don't know if that's because of the whole sumi thing. I do believe you use a specific type of brushes, like thicker brushes. So these are not like standard Western watercolors, which are, very transparent. I'm okay with that because I really like gouache. So do I paint here on the actual cover or do I paint here? Now with my 36 set, as I said, it didn't come with this little piece of paper, so I actually did it on the cover and it worked fine because it's really thick, so it didn't bleed through or anything. And this is quite thick. This is really nice. Do you know what? I just decided I'm going to do it on this one because I think it would be a more realistic impression of what these watercolors would be like on watercolor paper if I use this little slip. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so my first impression is that they lift really, really easily. And I think I actually used too much because this is a small square and I think I used too much paint and maybe too much water as well. So I think I'm going to try putting a little bit less next time because that lifted really easily and it's very vibrant and very pigmented straight off the bat, which is really nice. Okay. Yep. So you don't need to use a lot, which is great. Depending on how much you use, these might last you quite a long time. Just adding a little bit there because I want the top and the bottom to contrast. They're not as opaque as I remember them. Maybe because I've had experience with gouache since then. They may be a little bit more opaque than standard watercolors, but they're clearly watercolors, you can see. Definitely, they are transparent and you can get some really nice washes with them, so that's nice. So as you can see, I finished the color chart.